So today we are going to do our third installment of the Chakra healing series, focusing on the third chakra of the solar plexus. So I encourage you to go ahead and read the description. This is a very interesting energy portal, as it's the seat of our will, our willpower, determination, confidence, a sense of self. But physiologically, the stomach is quite fascinating. It is largely autonomous, so really it's only connected through the sympathetic nervous system to the brain. Other than that, it works completely on its own. It has its own set of nerve endings. And, the whole concept of following your gut, or even the feeling in the pit of your gut, if it's a good or bad feeling, the concept of intuition, it's all science. It's purely stemmed from the gut triggering a response and communicating with our main brain to deliver whatever results. If it's fear, if it's fight, if it's freeze. So working with the sympathetic nervous system, it has a very large impact on how we actually present to the world, beside the more non-tangible aspects of the ego. The ego is actually how we would like to convey ourselves to the world, which I think is fascinating because this entity works on its own. The entity of the ego is an individual self, separate from the other energetic bodies. I just love the blend of science and spirituality. So I hope that reading the description below or what I just said can, trigger some interesting thoughts. But other than that, we want to work on this energy portal because if it's the way we convey to the world, we want to make sure that expression of self is our most authentic as possible, that the ego is a reflection of your inner self and not a inverse of yourself, if you understand what I mean. So I'm going to provide a, skip to the exercise because I also want it to include that you see the concept of the ego in real life, and you see the concept of dysfunction in the solar plexus in real life. People that tend to put themselves in situations that are repetitive and cyclical in nature, and they often don't end up in the best result for that individual's inner self, but it satisfies their ego. You see it so much. I feel like the easiest way to explain it would be dating someone that dates a certain type of person who's consistently toxic for that individual, though whatever it is about that person, it fulfills their ego. So let's say it is a beautiful woman and she wears all these fancy clothes, she's got her hair did and her nails did. Well, she might be vapid and shallow. Her ego is satisfied and your ego is satisfied having her on your shoulder, but your inner self may hate her emptiness. Sorry, it got really deep there, but this is the battle of the self, the inner war people often have, the war in their mind. You want to get off, but you keep riding the ride. It is the battle of the ego and the true self. So again, this energetic practice, of course, in a completely physiological sense, working on our core, our abdomen, but in a more philosophical sense, this is wringing out all the stagnant energy of the ego. We want to express the ego. And the best way, since it's located in the middle of the thoracic spine, is to twist and to wring out the ego. So we're going to be doing some exercises today, working on the core and working on that energy portal. So I hope if you listened in, it was interesting and you give it a read down below. But other than that, Let's get started.
If you can, go ahead and come to Tadasana at the front of your mat. Shoulders down away from ears. Tailbone is tucked. That core is engaged. The back is relaxed. Quads are pulling up. Toes are soft and pliable. We're continuing to breathe here deeply, inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, arms up overhead, extended Tadasana to a bit of a back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, deepening that fold. Exhale, flat back, coming up to half forward fold. Holding here, engaging the core. Keeping the hips square to the ground. Inhale, fold forward once more, all the way down, nose to shin. Exhale, coming up into that extended Tadasana. Inhale, arms come down. Exhale, arms up overhead. Inhale, folding forward, nose to shin. Really feeling the stretch in the hamstrings. Continue breathing. Inhale, coming up, extending arms up overhead. Exhale, coming from that top position, we're folding into half fold. Now from here, coming from the top, you should really feel that core engage. Want to wake up that core. This is where our solar plexus lies. Continue breathing, holding that half fold shape. Exhale, fold all the way forward, nose to shin. Inhale, arms coming up overhead, extending into a back bend. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, once more, arms overhead, back bend. Exhale, fold all the way forward, nose to shin. We're really waking up the front of the abdomen, doing those slight back bends, coming all the way forward. Now from the downward position, we're coming up into a forward fold once more. Now remember, you want those knees to be soft and pliable. You see here I have a slight micro bend in my knee to protect my knee joints. Inhale, folding forward. Exhale, bring that body all the way up, slight back bend. Coming back to tuck the tailbone. Hands to prayer. We're going to bring the knees together and come to sit in chair. It's really important to squeeze those knees together. We're protecting our lower back, allowing the sacrum to nutate properly, opening up space. Be engaging your core here. Inhale, straighten those legs, fold forward once more, nose to shin. Keep breathing. Inhale, step both of those feet back, coming into a plank position. Try to flatten the hips as much as possible. That's going to wake up your core even more. But please do not injure your low back. So, if those hips are a little raised like mine, that is just fine. We want to keep our body safe. Inhale, drop those knees. We're going to come into puppy pose. We're going to slide the body forward, getting a deep back bend. Here, this is really stretching the front of my abdomen. You should feel the stretch there. Try to have the hips over the knees as best as you can. Inhale, come into low plank on the elbows. Now try your best to lower those hips, trying to make the body as flat as possible. This is how we're going to wake up that core. Should definitely be feeling the burn. The front muscles of the abdomen and the obliques. Inhale. Press through the toes, coming into plank. Bring the right foot up between the hands. Now we're opening up to the side in extended side angle pose. When we're here, we want to encourage both of our sides to be pulling upward. We're not leaning on the bent leg. Exhale, I'm going to do a reversed side angle on the right side, just turning the torso to the opposite side, facing that bent leg. Inhale, bring both hands down, bringing that foot back, stepping into downward facing dog. Encouraging those heels down. Inhale, step the left leg through the legs, coming into extended side angle on the left side. Encouraging lots of strength in the hips and the core. We are not leaning on the bent leg. Inhale, bring that arm down. Exhale, turn the torso, raise the opposite arm up. You should be facing the bent leg at this point. Keep breathing here. Lots of twisting is great for the solar plexus, wringing out the ego. Exhale, bring those hands down. Step back into downward facing dog. Bring the knees down into tabletop. And we're going to come into tiger pose. Lift the right leg up and the opposing arm, the left arm up. We're encouraging balance and stability in the core. Inhale, slowly meet that knee and elbow. And exhale, release that posture, coming back into tabletop. Other side. Left leg extends, right arm extends. Staying balanced, the hips are square to the mat. Want that left hip to be down. Encouraging lots of strength. Inhale, try to meet that knee and elbow best you can without falling. Exhale, release the posture. Inhale, cross the ankles and roll over the ankles. Want to be on our sits bones in staff position. Feet extended straight in front of you. Feet are flexed. Now extend forward for seated forward fold. Reaching for the shins or the bottoms of the feet. Keep breathing. Inhale, raise the torso up. Exhale, bring the knees to chest. Now extend those legs out for V-sit. We want to be in boat pose. Still holding those feet. Encouraging stability and balance. Exhale, bringing the feet down just a bit by bending the knees, coming into half boat. Here, I want you to let go. Just try to stabilize your core as best as possible. Inhale, straighten those legs out. Release the posture into staff pose. Inhale, fold forward. Keep breathing. Relax into this posture. Inhale, raise that torso up once more. We're going to come into wide-legged boat. Bring those legs out into a wide-legged position in boat pose. Want to make sure we are on our sits bones. That's going to force us to balance. You can keep holding here, feeling frisky. Let those feet go. Inhale, bring those legs back together into boat pose. Exhale, slowly come down. I don't want you to hold on, I just want you to sit in boat, feeling that burn in your core. If you need to transition to half boat like I did, go ahead and go for it, or stay in the full position. Modify it however you need to. Feel that burn. Now we're going to do some pulsations. Just one and then let go. Extend that leg out into staff pose. Now we're going to bend the right knee. Twist the body facing the bent knee, encouraging that elbow over the knee. We're coming into Lord of the Fishes pose. Gaze should be over that back shoulder, really twisting the body at the thoracic spine, in the middle of the body. Should be twisting at your core. Inhale, coming back into staff pose. Exhale, bend the left knee. Twisting and turning the body, bringing that right arm up and over in front of that knee. Gaze should be over the shoulder behind you. Keep breathing, twisting, wringing out the ego. Encouraging movement in this energetic portal. Exhale, release that posture, come back into staff pose. Inhale, bring the knees to the chest. Now, we're going to come into half Lord of Fishes pose. So we are turning and twisting the body, but instead of that leg being straight, extended in front of us, it is bent. Now here you can do whatever posture, whatever symbol with your hands, whatever you feel. or you can have both hands placed on the ground. Exhale, release that pose, knees to chest. Now we're taking that left knee, bending it under. I did my right knee first. Turning toward that knee. Feeling lots of stretch in the hamstrings and the outside of the hips, while also doing the twisting motion in the core. Keep breathing, gazing behind you. Inhale, release the posture. Open up the knees into bound angle pose. Feet should be open like a book. And extend forward, folding, feeling a deep stretch in the outside of the hips and the inner thighs. Inhale, raise the torso back up. Exhale. Just want to breathe for a moment. Inhale, we're going to open up the hips by coming into compass pose on the right side. Now, as you extend that right leg up, knee should be near your shoulder. Trying to get it as straight as possible. The gaze should be up toward the sky. You can continue to have that right hand on the ground, or if you want to challenge yourself, go ahead and straighten it out. Inhale, release the posture. Exhale, we're going to switch. Prepping the left foot, twisting the body, extending that leg outward. Sorry, it was a bit windy. Nevertheless, encourage that leg straight. This is my less flexible side, so there is a bit of apprehension. Now make sure you get your torso, that arm through the leg, thread it through the leg, so the arm is in front of the leg. The leg is behind you. Gaze is to the sky, trying to get it as straight as possible. Keep breathing here. This is excellent for hip mobility. Even if you cannot lift it as high as I can, still attempting to lift it is wonderful. Now exhale, slowly untwist your body and release the posture. Inhale, come into wide-legged seated fold. Now we're going to bend over the right side of the body, inhaling, stretching. Bend over the left side of the body, inhaling, stretching. Inhale, come back to center. And just move side to side a bit, rocking the hips, keeping the core tight. Inhale. We are going to lay flat on our backs, making sure the shoulder blades are underneath us. Bend both knees. Now extend the right leg straight. Now allow it to drop to the left side. The gaze should be to the right, gazing over that right hand. Getting a wonderful stretch in that low back, while also still encouraging the twisting motion. Inhale, come back to center, bending both knees. Make sure those shoulder blades are underneath you once more. Inhale, straighten that left leg, allowing it to drop to the right side. Gaze is over the left shoulder to the left hand. Excellent stretch, while also encouraging that twisting in their core. Inhale, bring those legs back to center. Exhale, slowly extend them out in front of you. This is where we're going to remain for our final pose of Shavasana. Palms should be facing the sky. I want you to feel your body relaxing, getting adjusted to all of that great work you did on your solar plexus and core. Allowing that to sink in. Continue breathing here. I hope today got you a little bit closer to having that stability in all areas of the solar plexus, of how other people view you, of how you navigate the world. Whatever intention you set for this practice, or none at all, I hope that has given you a little bit more peace, allowed you to move your body. Inhale, roll onto your left side. Continue breathing. Slowly push your body up into a comfortable seeing position. Keep your eyes open or closed. Just repeat with me. I am the greatest version of myself, and each day I work toward amassing more greatness. Sit with that feeling, and I hope this brought you a little more peace. Namaste. Bye, you guys.